We are on page 9 and 10. We're completing them together. So the first thing that I would like you to do is find this in your paper pack. On the back, looks like this. So let's turn it sideways, measure over 8 inches and cut. Now measure over 6 inches and cut. Okay, flip them over, page 9 and 10. Let's get into our pre-cutting. Let's go over our pre-cuts. And I'm going to grab my scoring board here. All right, we cut 2 pieces that were 4 by 10 inch. We called them pockets. One was labeled for page 9 and one was for page 10. There was no scoring on that. We also had a 3-inch by 10-inch piece. We called it a front pocket, and that was for page 9. And then we cut a 6 1/4 inch by 8 1/2 inch piece, and we called it a folder. And all we did was lay that 8 1/2 across our board, and we scored it 4 1/4. Okay, these are real simple and it's quick and easy. So the first one that we want to work with is, let's grab our page 9. Let's grab our 1/4 inch score tape. And what we're going to do is lay score tape at the bottom of each one. So I actually have page 9 and page 10, and they're the large 4 by 10s. And we're just going to have a wrap pocket, and I like to give a little bend, and I'm going to make sure that I have overhang on each side, and I'm going to bring this down to the bottom. And then I'll press in the middle and push out. We'll flip it over, make sure this is flat, hold your fingers down, and we will wrap. And we'll do it on this one as well. Let's apply our glue, and we'll want to burnish that down too. Okay, we're going to repeat and do the same thing for this side. In your paper pack, you will find another one of these. On the back is the ducks. Let's turn it sideways, and we're going to measure over 3 7/8 inch and cut. So this is what you should have. Measure over 8 inches and cut. Okay, this is for our page 10. Let's apply glue, and we'll glue that down. Grab this back out of reserves, and what we're going to do is just measure over 1 1/2 inches and cut. Let's apply glue to this side, and we're going to come on over on this one, page 9, and we will leave the same amount of the whatever white trim amount up here that we have. We will leave that on this side as well so it matches up. We'll glue that down. I am going to scoot page 10 over a little bit. Let's grab our page 9 3 by 10, and we'll grab our score tape, 1/4 inch, and we're going to place it at the bottom. And we're going to mount this just like we did the other ones. This is a double pocket. And we'll make sure that that is flattened down, and we'll just wrap these. And we'll add our glue. Perfect. Pull this out of your reserves. On the back is the checks that match. Measure over 8 inches and cut. Now let's turn it, measure over 2 7/8 inch and cut. Apply glue and glue that down. Let's grab our folder and we are going to fold and do our burnishing here. Now on this particular one, the opening is going to be like this. So peak would be here, and this would be, and we're going to place that right like that. Let's first though find some paper here, and I think I found it. I like that paper. In your reserves you will find this piece. And where's my ruler? This is a 4.5 by 6 1/8 inch. We'll just measure to fit. Leave yourself a little bit of a white border there. Make our pencil marks, and we will trim both ways. Verify you fit, but apply glue to the back and glue that down. This little bunny guy, I think we'll leave some of the checkered on there. So what you'll want to do is measure to fit the decorative background. So this is pretty much, mine is a fit except for maybe just a sliver. So I'm just going to trim that. If yours doesn't need trimming, then don't trim it. Just apply glue and center that and glue it down. Cut 2 pieces of your yellow or mint or blue, whatever you're using, to 4 by 6s. And for this one, I don't think we'll use a magnet for that. We're just going to apply glue and glue these down. We have 1 pair of magnets left. I've got mine down, so let's just close that up. What we're going to do here, now we're a little taller here, but that's okay because our album can accommodate that. What we're really worried about is coming off the side. So you can't come off that much. So for me, I'm just going to make a line here and over here of glue. I'll place that down and kind of maneuver it over slightly and down. Just make sure to check yours by closing in the side like I showed you before to make sure. And then let's burnish that down. And we're only doing underneath this side and this, so you can still use that as a front little pocket. In your reserves, you will find this. And let's cut out and around Sweet Lullaby. And I want Welcome Baby again. I like that. I like the colors. Now, if you notice, we're cut off on the side, at least I am. So I'm going to kind of cut and make that even there. And then I will cut out and around that. And I do want to, once I'm done, I'm going to ink around the edges. I'm going to glue both of these down to white cardstock, and when I cut out and around, I'll leave about a 1/16 of white cardstock showing, so it looks really nice. I have mine done. For Sweet Lullaby, I'm just going to put at the very bottom back, and I'm going to place that down so I can use it as a tuck area for a tag. So you can still tuck things back behind, or a picture. Welcome Baby. So I'm going to be on my smaller pocket here, and I'm going to go halfway down here. If you'd want to do trim first, you can. I'm not going to do any trim on mine. I think it looks very nice the way it is. So there we are. That looks good. In your reserves, you will find the cutout sheet. The safety pin. I want to cut out and around the safety pin. There's 2 different sizes, and I'm going to take the smaller one. All I'm going to do with the safety pin is just lay it over here. And I don't think there's anything else I really want to add to this. I think it looks great the way it is. And sometimes simple is better. Let's flip these over, score tape around the outside of each one like a picture frame, 1 down the middle, 1 on either side, and let's plant this in our book. So I have mine in my book. It looks great. We are now on to page 11 and 12, which are completed together. In your paper pack, you will have one of these. And on the back, it looks like this. Let's measure over 8 inches and cut. Next, let's turn it, measure over 6 inches and cut. This is page 11 and this one is page 12. We are not going to do anything. I wanted to leave it so you can just place your photo here and some photos here. So flip it over, score tape around the outside like a picture frame, one down the middle and one on either side for each one, and then let's plant that in our book. Okay, page 11 and 12. Now, previously I said we would probably use that little cutout that looked like a diamond, and on the back it looked like this. This actually matches that. If you still have it, that's great. Stick it up in the corner there. Forgot I had that cute thing. I wanted to put it somewhere, but this is the perfect place. Just somewhere over there. Okay, we are now on to our final pages. We are on page 13 and 14, the final pages. We are completing them together. So what we did was cut 2 pieces that were 6 by 6 3/8. We laid them on the scoring board and we scored at a 1/2 inch and 5/8 inch on each one of these, labeling them fold out. For page 13, what we did was we cut a 5 by 8.5 inch piece. We labeled that a side pocket. All right, let's get started. In your paper pack, you will have this piece. On the back, it looks like this. First thing that we want to do is measure over 8 inches and cut. Turn your page, measure over 6 inches and cut. This is our page 13, this is our page 14. Page 14, we are going to leave it so that you can just plant photos, or you can even add your own folders on here. So we can go ahead and place our score tape around the outside on this one, like a picture frame. One down the middle and one on either side. And we will plant this in our book when we're done with page 13. Okay, page 13, you can set off page 14 to the side for now. We are going to grab our 5 by 8.5 side pocket. Let's grab our 1/4 inch score tape and we're going to place it along the left hand edge of our base paper there. Oops. And we're going to mount this like we've done our other wrap ones, except for I'm going to turn mine. It's easier for me so I don't get my head in the video. Give it a little bend. And I think that's good right there. And press out. And we'll just wrap. And of course we'll do our thing here. Okay. There we go. And you have a nice big side pocket. And that also leaves this for us to place a photo or whatever we'd like to do. First things first though, in your reserves you will find this piece. On the back is that adorable bear again. And we're going to use it. Just place that down. You should have some white border. And it should fit just about. You may need to do a trimming, but for me, if having this here, I won't be able to put a big picture unless I cover it, and that's fine too, but a smaller one would look good. So as long as you were fitting, you can apply glue and glue this down. And I'm going to trim mine just a little bit. It's time to attach the fold outs. So here they are where we did our scoring. So let's just fold back on those score lines and you will have, and this is going to be the flap off to the right, so one's going to go this way and then one will go that way. But let's place the first one, and we have a inside score line and an outside. On that outside one, pinch and crease that. Just slide that right on over this, like so, and we'll place that. And then we will just push back on it to square that up on the side. Okay, time for the other one. Okay, we have the other side. Let's fold on those score lines. So it's going to be off to the left now, and so you don't get turned around if you take a break and see that this is upside down. I'm just going to get rid of that. Okay, so outside, inside, you can pinch on that outside one. Now notice you're going to be a little bit thicker possibly because of the fact that we have another layer of our pocket over our base page. But you should be able to slide right on over that and pinch and hold. Okay. So that is what we have. Let's open this up. We have 2 magnets left. Let's grab one. I have the hardest time with the adhesive. Am I the only one? But these magnets are really good. They are larger. Okay, I put one right there, and I'm about, what, 3/4 inch in. Let's set the mate. There it is. And just flop this right on over. Press, and you should be there. Okay, let's work on getting some of these done. In your paper pack, you will have this sheet on the back, that cute little bear and the hearts. So looking at your paper like this, let's just chop this right in half and then we'll divide that. This one right here, we're actually going to just flip over. And we're going to measure to fit on this one, so just make sure you have a white border there. And we'll place a pencil mark here and down here and trim. And then when we're done, we'll apply glue and we'll glue that down. I have mine down. Now let's close that up. This is going to go on the top. Now for this one, we're going to have to measure to fit. So I'm going to pull this down so I can see the sides here and try to get this even. And it looks like I'm going to be right on that blue there, just about. So I'm going to chop it right there and right there. And then as far as the bottom, I will do the same thing, and it looks like right up here. So let's make our trims. So verify you fit. I've got glue on mine, and we're just going to place that and center that up. Once you get this down, let's flip open our book. And let's work on this. Grab this out of our reserves. We're going to flip it over, and I'm just going to measure to fit. And when I measure to fit for this side, I'm going to make sure that I keep the bear in there. So I'll start over here, and I'm going to move it down a little so I can see where the outer score line is so I don't get too close. And I will cut. I prepared some trim if you want to use some trim. And I'm just going to overlay the majority of it onto my paper so some of the blue comes through. The only last thing that I want to do, and I'm going to show you really quick, is you see these flowers down here? Let's put this on our paper cutter and trim right across. You have this, and I'm going to go a different route with this. Let's just put a little pocket. We're not going to back it. It's going to be a side pocket. So put glue down this side and down this side. And we're going to place that right there. And we'll blend in nicely with our other page over here. Just like that. And I think that looks great. Okay, score tape around the outside like a picture frame, one down the middle and one on either side, and let's plant this in our book. And I have already planted page 13 in there, and I'm going to plant my 14. Now remember, this is a little wider gusset, and I was going to do something different, but just make sure that you steer away and you can line that up as best you can with the other one and bring it on over. And there you have it. Okay, the only thing that we have to do here is a couple things. We need to cover this, and we need to cover right here. You have one more cover. And what we're going to first do for this is see what we need here. And I'm going to go 2 7/8. So let's flip this around, measure over 2 7/8 inch and cut. This is what you should have, and we want it to be even with that. So turn it like this, measure over 6 inches and cut. Now you have a choice. You can either use this side and make sure that you are centered between the hinge and this, or you can flip it over and use that. And this is what I'm going to have showing up. So I'm going to apply glue. Actually on this one I want score tape. And then what I'm going to do is place a score tape over these brads. So I'm going to grab my 3/8. And I just want to make sure that this gets down really good. So let's go score tape around the outside like a picture frame, and we'll go one down the center. And then we will line it up with this page and place it. Now when burnishing down, you're going to be very careful to avoid this area because brads can poke through. So if you poke through, just cut another little piece of something and put it there. Like for instance, you can put the baby bib or, you know, the rattle or something like that, you know, to cover that. Okay, let's flip to the front. Boy, that sure came out cute. For this one, we're going to need, I'm going to say we're going to go with a 1 3/8. So let's grab this sheet, which is this. Let's just flip it around, measure over 1 3/8 inch and cut. Once you've cut it, then just cut it by 6 inches. And we're going to do the same thing, is make sure that we make sure our prongs are where they should be, but I am going to line some score tape over that. And then my piece, of course, where did it go? Right here. I'm going to go score tape around the edges and one down the middle. And I'm going to place it, matching it up with the decorated paper. I have mine down. Very happy with this. I hope that you enjoyed making it and you got the same results that I did. So thank you very much for joining me on this mini album tutorial. I hope you've had a lot of fun making it. And I hope you join me on my next tutorial. Happy crafting, everybody. See you real soon.